Duran Customz, interview numero 14. We are saluting, we are honoring Mr. Israel Delgado and Andee Lopez on the Northern Council for Professional Wrestling. How you guys doing today, man?
Great, man.
Oh.
Lovely day to be alive.
All right.
Lovely days to be alive. All right, brother. Let's start off with a rest in peace to Bobby Eaton, brother, and Paul Orndorff.
Definitely.
What are your guys' memories on Paul Orndorff and Bobby Eaton? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Right.
Well, of course, dude. I mean, you got her in WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
But before WrestleMania 1, there was an interview that me and Gene did, and they went to a gym where him and Piper were training. They were like in their own little trance.
Yeah.
You know that one?
Yeah.
And that I remember Paul Orndorff just kicking that dude's butt.
But he was like,
he
was like in his own mood. Like he wasn't even paying attention to
you.
Wow. Like you were even there.
Damn.
What about the golden days, man?
The golden days of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
What about you, brother? What is your memories of Paul Orndorff?
Paul Orndorff?
Yeah.
When he did that gimmick in WCW, Mr.
Oh,
they call him Mr. Wonderful.
Wow, he was actually a trainer there too, right? Wasn't he a trainer at the...
Yeah. But really, I have so many memories, but I just remember him from WrestleMania and training on Hogan.
My memory of him was the feud that he had with Hogan, man.
Yeah.
After the WrestleMania and everything, like, man, they looked like they were really going at it and stuff.
Well, they broke a record, if you recall, dude. Was it Toronto?
Yeah, one of those stadiums.
One of those stadiums, they broke a record.
Before they did their first... Before they did WrestleMania 3, they broke a stadium.
Wow, that's awesome.
I can't remember the number.
So that feud was prior to WrestleMania then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, prior to WrestleMania.
Mania 1, right?
No, that was after. After WrestleMania 2, before WrestleMania 3, because he was still face at WrestleMania 2.
Oh, right. Wow. So what about your memories on Bobby Eaton? And you want to go first?
Him going up against the Rock and Roll Express, the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, and the Dynamic Deuce, but he was with Jim Cornette the whole time. I think he only left Jim Cornette when he went singles competition, but I think he was better off as a tag team partner.
Yeah. How about that scaffold match in the NWA?
Big Bubba.
The Big Bubba, right? Which was the Big Boss man.
I was just thinking of that right now. Because I was like, the only thing I could really remember, of course, like he said, all the feuds.
Yeah, all the feuds.
All the, WCW stuff.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think what I really used to like about, what I can remember was him and Lord Steven Regal.
Yeah.
Remember what they called the Blue Bloods?
The Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods.
They were like, okay, so like, Bobby Heenan, like that kind of heel.
Yeah.
What kind of that? I think I could relate. Like, I don't know why they kind of reminded me a lot of that same style.
That same style, wow.
They make you laugh,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It was
and then Jim Cornette was probably one of the greatest managers of all time.
And I got to meet Bobby Eaton in person. He was a real nice guy.
Bobby Heenan?
No, Bobby Heenan too, but Bobby Eaton and Dennis Conde were
the original
Midnight Express.
Yeah, part of the original.
And Jim Cornette, whatever you see him in Facebook or whatever he is, that's his gimmick. He won't get out. He will never get out of that gimmick.
Wow. And then the Midnight Express, I think they were the only tag team, if I'm not mistaken, to hold the U.S. Tag Team Championship and the NWA Tag Team Championship at the same time.
Right.
Man.
That I do know.
Who are some of the wrestlers you have met, throughout the years and where at? We talked about meeting Bobby Eaton. Where'd you meet him at?
I met him in Charlotte, North Carolina for the NWA Legend Fest.
Wow, Charlotte.
And tell the truth, when I went to Charlotte, North Carolina, that was the first time I ever met them. I never met them before.
Wow. That's awesome. Who else have you met? How about you?
I met Gangrel. I thought he was really cool.
All right,
I met him in Covina, dude. He was
at the EWF, right? Yeah, there you go.
He was cool.
There was a bunch of wrestlers there at the time. I think Bruce Beefcake too, right?
I didn't get to meet him. I met the Dr. Style.
Slick. Yeah,
I met him a few times.
Where did you meet him
at? At the same place.
Yeah, the EWF was signing there.
Big guy. He was about 6'7".
6 foot something.
You know where I seen him? I met him before. I went to the restroom.
Oh, no way.
And I was in there, and he was doing these stretches, dude. But he had this, like, Colonel Sam's brown suit on.
Oh, did he? All right. Yeah.
And he was doing these stretches, dude, and his legs were, like, kind of like,
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Was it there at the Covina? Wow.
At the bathroom. He was getting.
You know what? I got a similar story about Chavo Guerrero Sr.
Yeah.
He was there at the EWF event.
Yeah.
And then I went to the restroom, and then he was in the restroom. I was like, "Oh man, dude, I don't want to talk to him, bro, because he was taking a piss next to me. So I don't want to make it feel awkward, bro. You know what I'm saying?"
I seen that people go in the restroom and go in the restroom at the same time with the rest of it.
Oh my god!
One time, a friend of, I think, what it calls Billy Gunn and
All right.
Road
Dogg. Yeah.
We're taking a piss in the restroom, and somebody they were like this, and the person went in the middle and took the.
Oh man.
That's what you call a mark.
Yeah.
I don't even know how the wrestlers are, and I even bother with this.
Yeah. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Ric Flair.
There you go. Man, see? Yeah. How about you, brother?
Man.
Of all time.
Of all time, like just off the head, I'm gonna go with Piper, of course.
All right. Yeah.
Just because the whole connection I got with him.
Yeah. Piper was cool, man. Piper was cool. I love Flair's my all-time favorite.
But you know what, dude? I'm gonna say is like when I was watching Piper, like in my early days, I didn't like him at the Grand Olympic, but I was one of the Mexicans I wanted to throw shit at him.
Yeah.
Pissing everybody off. But then throughout the years, when
he had that heat,
that's the only way you can make a heel, dude. If you get all that heat.
Yeah.
He pissed fuckers off.
Because if you want people throwing stuff at you, go ahead.
Yeah. Israel, did you ever get to go to the Grand Olympic and watch any shows there?
Yes, I did get to go to the Grand Olympic. I was a little kid back then, but I don't really remember that much. But I remember Exotic Adrian Street.
Oh my God.
And hearing Bad Leroy Brown.
Leroy Brown? Yeah,
he was there. Instead of watching it on TV every weekend, you got to see it live with the music.
I think you had a similar story, right? Where you would go and you would watch it every week with your
Friday.
uncle.
You know, like, it's funny that do you remember the Exotic Industry? You know what song he would use for his team? Because remember back then, that was very
Yeah.
He would use the same Macho Man song.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of that Macho Man song?
It's fucking da 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 da. That was Exotic Alien Street's theme song, and dude, that's funny because he was like, you gotta think about it, like he just like mentioned, we're talking like 1982. Like what he was doing in the ring, like as far as his character,
stuff.
like man, that could really like that's
it
beyond.
Was like an Adrian Adonis, bro.
He was more pushy. Yeah, he was a very.
What about your favorite championship belt, bro? Throughout the years, whether we're talking about the Winged Eagle, the Tag Team Championship,
Intercontinental Green Belt.
Oh man, old school. I thought you were gonna go with the big green belt, the only one that
Intercontinental Green Belt, man. I like that.
I like the NWA title.
The big gold or the 10 pounds of gold?
The 10 pounds of gold.
The 10 pounds of gold. That's classic one, man. That's the old school one, right?
I think I got to see Ric Flair hold that since 87 or 88 when he started holding that title.
Oh, man. Flair was just...
I got to see Flair, but never with a title, man.
No?
Never with a title.
I think we were talking about this earlier was when Flair left WCW and he took the big gold, right, with him?
Yeah.
And who owns that belt?
His brother, his son-in-law.
Son-in-law, right? Was it Thompson or
Conrad Thompson?
Conrad Thompson.
I don't know if you got to see the hidden treasures, like he even showed it on TV.
Yeah.
That he owns that title.
He does, right?
And then he took it with him to WWF.
Yeah, man, that was. But
imagine how much would that be right now?
Yeah.
But you know who should get a lot of credit for that? Because you know who put that belt over when he was bringing him over was Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Remember?
He's the one that put him over.
Yeah.
I was on vacation. This is before internet days. Yeah. I was on vacation in Mexico. I'm watching WWF back then, and I see Bobby Heenan, and they say, "Look who I'm bringing." The real World Champion.
Wow.
Hey, that looks like freaking Ric Flair.
Imagine that. He was
and back then on the internet, like, shit, Ric Flair? What the hell?
He never lost that title, then he goes to the WWF and wins the Royal Rumble.
13 times?
I don't remember how many times.
13 times was that thing.
13 or 16 times, some ridiculous number.
Do you guys feel that the WWF Championship should have been moved around in the 80s instead of it staying on Hogan at that time? You know, kind of like the way Flair would drop the NWA belt, get it back, and Do you guys feel that it should have moved around? And if so, who do you feel was worthy of it, man? Like Paul Orndorff, Morocco, Steamboat. You had all these Valentines,
all those guys. Tito Santana.
Yeah. Wow.
Greg Valentine. All those guys should have got a shot. At least Big John Studd, man.
Big John Studd.
I think he should at least. I mean, like now you give a guy a title, they'll do the Raw show and a couple of house shows, and they take it away. So why couldn't that happen back then?
Yeah, why couldn't it happen back then?
Like I told them, all Hogan did was the leg drop and all that.
Yeah.
But when you watch NWA World Class and all that, that was real wrestling, dude.
60-minute matches.
60 minutes. Like Ric Flair will wrestle. Ric Flair earned it. Hogan was just a leg drop. Yeah. It's over. And with the 4 years as world champion,
you're right.
He had those good matches, but he should just.
You're right. You guys are on point, man. Yeah. I would have loved to see him down the Rock Morocco, dude. Hold that championship, dude.
Do you guys hear his podcast, man? He has a podcast.
Oh, does he? Wow.
You know what?
I didn't know that. I gotta check it out.
Check it out. I've been like for the last month. It's very soothing, dude. Like he's more like a surfer, right? So he has like a little
from
surfer
Hawaii,
vibe.
right? I think
he's from Hawaii. Wow. He has like a surfing vibe to it, but he talks a lot about the old school stuff. You know, like the bells, like the territories.
Got to meet him in person. Real good guy.
Was he? Wow,
big,
man.
Big guy,
man. Don, the original Rock.
The original, I seen him wrestle. I seen him at the guys. I got to see him at the sports arena, dude.
Have you guys ever saw his some of his promos of back in the days?
Yeah.
Racy,
Mr. M and the AW.
Especially when he went started his feud with Jimmy Superfly Snuka when he just said, "What the heck?"
That was kind of a groundbreaking when Snuka did that plancha from inside the ring outside on him. I don't think nobody ever did that at that time. No,
but he didn't sell. Remember?
Like,
he just jumped on him and what was that all about though?
He just catched them.
He just caught him and that was it.
That's probably hurt more, right?
Yeah.
That's why he said, "I'm not gonna sell. That shit hurt."
Who is the greatest Intercontinental Champion in your opinion, and U.S. Champion? You know, from past to present. Greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time for you.
Then Bret the Hitman Hart.
How about U.S. Champion?
U.S. Champion. Yeah, that title was changed in too many hands. Might have been Dusty Rhodes back in the day. Like I said, that title was changing to.
That was changing too much.
Yeah.
Then we go to it changing too much, right?
Like that was. But like I said,
that one did.
Like I said, in WWE, it was just one move they would do, and NWA they'll fight it. I don't know if it was for the U.S. title when Nikita Koloff went up against
it was.
Magnum TA. They went 3 out of 7 falls in that match.
Dude, that is the one there that kind of shocked and awed me, dude.
Yeah.
When Nikita, I think, suplexed him outside of the ring, and then he came back with the neck brace, or was it Nikita? Yeah, or one of them, man, did that, and it was like,
he did that to Barry Windham, too. Remember?
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah, but like, they wrestled their matches. They earned their spot in the NWA.
Yeah, man, definitely. How about you? Greatest Intercontinental Champion?
I'm going to go with the Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man. We can't forget Macho Man. We can't forget Greg Valentine.
Exactly.
Tito Santana.
But the Honky Tonk Man, you know, he brought a lot. He brought money. You're gonna watch him. If he's a champ, you're gonna want to watch.
I love.
You're gonna want to watch Steamboat. Whoever
I got to meet a Honky Tonk Man at Frankenstein's, man.
Good guy, yeah. I never met him.
Did you get to meet him?
I got to meet him at Frankenstein's. I got to meet him in San Jose, and I got to ride with him in a show going to the airport.
Wow!
And here's another thing: Honky Tonk Man was drunk going to the airport. He couldn't hang. He was. Wow. I went and told him, "Hey, Honky, you're right. Yeah, I'm alright. Don't worry." He was all like this.
Wow!
all freaking drunk.
Great memories, man. I have a guitar signed by him. By Honky Tonk Man.
And you ever break it, hit me in the head.
When Honky Tonk Man was champion, I got to see him at the LA Sports Arena against Macho Man instead of a steel cage.
I seen that match somewhere too. I know. I think I went to that same show. Was Andre in that same night?
I forgot.
I think it was. I think Andre was the main event there.
So you got to see Andre live?
Oh yeah, a few times. Sports Arena.
Wow.
How tall was he? How you look at him?
I was a kid, but I remember he was humongous, bro. Because I didn't have the best seats in the house.
Oh, no?
But then again, if you ever went to Sports Arena, the way it was set up, it was like you were going to have a good seat. Wow. Especially like those early like when XPW was at the arena.
That's the way I kind of feel about the Honda Center. It feels like, no matter what seat you're in.
That's the one right here in Ontario?
Oh, the one right here in Anaheim?
The one in Ontario. The one in Ontario is good too.
Oh, is it? I have never been to that one.
Wherever you see, you're good. You're good.
What about your favorite U.S. champion? United States champion.
Lex Luger. Because, you know, I was his prime, dude. He was
great, dude. Yeah, great picks.
Cameraman knows who Lex Luger. He was a big Lex Luger fan.
Yeah, when he was part of the Four Horsemen, man. That's the Four Horsemen that I remember, dude. Yeah. The Four Horsemen that I remember, Luger was part of it. But we were talking earlier, remember, about Gino Hernandez.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have been part of the Four Horsemen because he was really living that lifestyle that Flair was, you know.
He was really the original Four Horsemen.
You think Eagles would have allowed him and Flair to coexist in that?
I don't know, man. But I know him and Telly Blanchard were tag team. They were the original dynamic duo.
Even asked Ric Flair and NWA, can I bring Gino Hernandez to be part of the Four Horsemen? Go ahead.
Wow, that would have been great, dude. What could have been, dude? If Gino Hernandez would have made it to the NWA.
He was just a guy that you like to watch. I remember watching him.
What about this? Because I don't know if you guys heard this story. What about when Kerry Von Erich went to the WWF, instead of going to the WWF at that time, he was supposed to have gone to the WCW. What would have been if he would have went there?
I think his career wouldn't have been the same.
I think they probably would have put that belt on him.
But dude, look at it. Yeah, he didn't have a foot.
Oh yeah, he did.
So whatever he was gonna do after that was gonna be a success.
Yeah. Because remember when Rick Root left WWF, he went to WCW. They put the U.S. title on him, and then later on they put the championship on him.
That's true.
That was great.
That's real.
What about Greg, the Hammer Valentine? He held both the Intercontinental Championship and the U.S. title. What are your? He's one of the greatest. What are your guys' thoughts on him?
I've been watching a lot of his matches with Chief Jay Strongbow. Strongbow was kicking his butt, man, left and right. But then I remember one match. I forgot where it was at, but it was like in Tampa. Valentine just clocked him. And I think after that match, I think he got his respect from what I heard.
Oh yeah.
But dude, Valentine was just a little pit bull.
He's like a little pit, dude. You hit it right about. Very stocky, man. You know, like.
Hey, he comes in quietly
and drop that hammer.
He's not gonna give you too much. He's not gonna give you too much, but that's his style.
Yeah. It's kind of stiff, right? With the way he works and everything. But man,
you couldn't be Valentine if you weren't stiff.
Yeah, I got to see him. What was there at EWF?
Yeah, me too.
Man, saw him wrestle.
That was that same show where I seen you with dude. That was back in 06.
That was way back in the day. What are your memories and thoughts of Greg the Hammer Valentine, brother?
Tio Santana and the Junkyard Dog.
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't really get to see him in the NWA when he was with them. I just saw the dog collar match when he went up against Roddy Piper.
That was Starrcade 1, right?
83.
83, right? I think that was the first pay-per-view.
Yeah, first.
He knows the story. I bet you know the story behind the dog collar. When Piper bought the dog collar, it was supposed to be for real dogs, right? So that they had to go city to city to do that for after a while. Yeah. So that thing was giving them blisters, man. Because all that sweat that was building up on that thing.
Man, that must have been brutal, man, to do it. And then we go later on to the dog collar match. I don't know if you guys saw that one.
Well, Valentine talks about how that shit stunk so bad.
Oh, my God.
Before Starrcade, they had done that match once, I think, or twice. They a couple of towns. Yeah. But then when it was Starrcade, then they still had to do like 10 more towns.
Damn,
so
man.
I think stunk and left them blisters.
So how many matches did they do of that, dude?
They did about like 15 or 20. Dude.
Wow. None of these were non-televised.
Wow.
And you never knew if they wrestled or not. So you never... It's not...
yeah.
That's
the non-title, it was just...
Dude, you know what This is why I love the NWA, man. One of the reasons why. The War Games, dude. I used to love that, dude. 2 rings and one, you
always get the arm
cage,
wrestlers.
Dude, it was like, man, dude.
You get the butchers. You get the ones that,
or the Freebirds against the Road Warriors. That
was a good Great American Bash Starrcade. Great American Bash '89.
Yeah, '89. Yeah,
that was with the Warriors and freaking the Samoan SWAT team.
Samoan SWAT teams, dude. Freaking Rikishi. Part of the Samoan SWAT team, right?
And I think on that one, the Animal picked one of them up and he went freaking.
Because I always wondered why was the ceiling of that steel cage so low, dude? How could you know what I said? What you're bringing is that He was pressing them against the animal. It
was also like the camera angle. It was perfect.
Man,
just for his. But that same scene still stuck in your head, so that's why
Yeah, dude.
What
about the Freebirds, dude? Were you guys fans of the Freebirds? Jimmy Garvin?
I was really the
Bam Bam Gordy, dude.
The original Freebirds.
I like Bam Bam Gordy.
I'm with the original Freebirds, man, as far as World Class Championship Wrestling, brother.
That's for USA.
Those are the ones that went up against the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on David Von Erich? Did you ever get to see any of his matches?
I think
he was the best
couple times
interviewer, in-ring talent. He wasn't as built as Kerry or Kevin, but man, he reminded me of Jake the Snake, the way he would. You know what I'm saying? The way he would fucking carry an interview.
I gotta do some more. I gotta see some more of his videos because believe it or not, I didn't really follow him that much. But I was more of a Texas Tornado. Like the
me too. I'm a fan of the Kerry Von Erich, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
the Von Erich, when I used to watch World Class, believe it or not, for some reason I was not turned on to the Von Erich fan.
No?
I was more like the Missing Link, the One Man Gang.
Oh yeah,
Gino Hernandez. I was more
the heel. You're more with the heels and stuff. And we were talking about prior to this was the UWF kind of being a style of a World Class.
It was,
man, and they had a lot of great talent there. They had like the Blade Runners, I believe.
The Blade Runners. They had
Rick Steiner.
Almost the same people.
The people at World Class, right?
Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert, Robert.
Hot Stuff,
John Tantum, John Victory, One Man Gang,
Jack Victory.
Jack Victory.
What are your thoughts on Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert, bro?
Good booker.
Good of a wrestler.
Great wrestler, man.
And always when I hear that song, Hot Stuff. I always think of it.
What was the manager's name? Missy Hyatt?
I always think of that song, Hot Stuff. And I always think of him. Eddie Gilbert.
When I think of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, I think of him managing Sting earlier on, right after the Blade Runners. And then his partner being Rick Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin.
Hey, he's the guy that should be responsible for a lot of credit for ECW even getting off, just starting on the map.
Oh, they called it. What I forgot. Well, I think they called themselves the Hostile Family.
The Hostile. You're right. This is pre.
Man, you got great memory.
I think I remember.
He's right. He's definitely right.
I was looking at pictures. I see Hostile, Rick Steiner, Sting, Missy Hyatt.
Yes.
And John Tanton like that. Damn,
you're talking about the
you just brought some memories like.
Wasn't John Victory part of ECW?
Yeah,
John Victory.
Tatum,
Hollywood John Tatum. You talking about Hollywood John Tatum?
That's Texas. No, that's the earthquake.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, you're talking about Earthquake.
No, Hollywood.
Oh, you're talking about Hollywood John Tatum. Okay, yeah, he was part of the World Class.
Yeah, they were all together and oh my God, it's like memories. Because I remember Hollywood John Tatum and Eddie Gilbert were fighting over Missy Hyatt.
Yeah.
Wow. That's when they broke up.
But she had the pompadour with the hair spray.
Yeah. Hey, what about Al Perez? Any thoughts on Al Perez?
We're talking about him right now.
Yeah, I got to see him for a couple of times. He was a good wrestler.
I heard that he was supposed to get a match against Flair. I don't know if you guys ever heard this. And he was going to do a shoot on Flair.
Flair would have done the same thing he does 120 times a year. And he still would have beat him.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, man.
But after that, then when he went to WWF, and I think that was the end of his career right there.
For Flair?
No, for
Al Perez. He did a little short stint.
I think
he
so
did
too.
a little short stint there. Then he was at because he started off, I believe, with World Class. Then from there he went to NWA, and then NWA he went to.
Do you think they buried him there? You think they just didn't?
They buried him in WWE. Because I didn't see him right after he was done with his career.
Okay, what about this? Since we're talking about, for me, a character, a wrestler that fits under that is the other Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. They said that he had so much potential, and nothing came of it.
I don't know much about him.
I know he went to Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Like I saw him when he was in his WCW days, but I didn't really know that much about him.
Yeah. All right. What about this? If you guys could make your own stable, let's say like a Heenan family or Wyatt family, who's gonna be in your stable? Who wants to go first? Andy?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Right out the back. Okay.
Pick three.
So first I'm gonna go with Umaga. That's my first one. Then after Umaga, I'm gonna go with I have to have Brother Love. I gotta have something on the mic.
Oh.
Then I'll probably go with King Kong Bundy.
Wow. That's a great three right there. How about you, buddy?
I'll go with
Israel.
I think Bray Wyatt. Mostly I'll go with the horror. I think Boogeyman.
Oh, Boogeyman.
Wow. The shock and awe. You know with the shock and awe right there, right? You guys got Bray Wyatt, you got the Boogeyman, and who else? One more.
That's a good one.
Mike, The Undertaker.
Wow.
Yeah, I go more with the horror thing. With the horror thing. What's the Kevin Sullivan's group's name in WCW?
Yeah.
Like a House of Horror or something.
That brought, but see, that brought people want to watch that shit. Like now these days, like you don't have nothing like what they did with Bray Wyatt and on the. I heard they let him go.
Wow, I can't believe that. How could they let him go, dude? That dude's one of the.
I'm gonna tell you what, it comes down to numbers.
Yeah.
The COVID messed everything up for them.
Wow, man, that dude's one of the greatest. Like
they can't afford him.
And he created all that stuff. All the stuff that he did. That was his own. When I first
What's
saw
that,
it,
second generation, right?
Yeah. When I first saw
third. Wow.
Third generation.
When I first saw him, I said they just messed up his character with the puppets and all that. I noticed that they were gonna put something.
But he made the best out of it.
Yeah, but you know one thing I can say, like the guy that made me want to go back and watch was him.
Oh yeah.
Every other band.
When he would come out with the White Family and that song playing, man, fuck.
Like
the whole thing would turn black. The lighters would come out.
I got to see all that in person. Like wow.
Did you ever get to see any?
I mean, it's giving me the chills right now, man. Let alone if I was there, and you know what I'm saying, to be able to experience that.
I ain't get a good picture. I ain't get the picture, but I was sitting in the front row, and Bray Wyatt goes like this.
Wow, dude.
Let me ask you guys some questions. Like I don't know much about it, but I followed. Did you guys watch a lot of NXT?
Yeah.
Not too much.
What's going on with that? Like,
I haven't watched too much of that. But I know it's more for like the up and comers, right? Before they head into the WWE.
Well, they just got released. They just released about 10 or 15 of them.
Wow. Does anybody who holds the title? Anybody that recognize?
Nah, I don't.
What about Ring of Honor? Is that still going on?
I think Ring of Honor is still going on. I heard that.
Karen Cross.
Okay.
There you go.
He's somebody that's reasonable.
I know that CM Punk is signing to AEW. I don't know if you guys heard that. You heard that, right?
They're gonna be in Chicago in a couple of weeks, so I don't know. It might happen there.
That's where it's gonna happen.
I think if wrestling comes to Ontario, we gotta go check it out.
Oh, we all gotta be there, man.
CM Punk is the best. I love the guy.
Man, that dude's
do you think they're
great in-ring performer, man? And
do you think they're gonna come over here to LA? Or
they were supposed to do it last year, but
AEW. You're talking about AEW.
They were gonna do it in Ontario.
Ontario, right?
Yeah.
And what a great place, because freaking Young Bucks are from Rialto, dude.
Yeah, Rancho.
Yeah, they're always at the fucking Ontario Hills Mall and shit.
Hey, I gotta give them. That's what you would call those guys are more like the Tekashi 6ix9ine generation.
Yeah, probably, man, probably.
Yeah, that's what Tekashi did.
Yeah. Are you guys a fan of wrestling right now, or not really? Not too much.
What?
I'm a fan of wrestling, but not what's going on TV right now. I still watch stuff from like 1984.
All right. How about independent wrestling? Chase Owens, Ross and Marshall, Von Erich, and so on, man. And you talk about or FWE.
Misterioso. I like Misterioso.
All right.
He's somebody I like. He always performs good, man. Misterioso. Man, I don't know. It's hard. There's a lot of kids out there right now.
Yeah.
They're good.
Definitely. How about you? Anybody that
stands out? I haven't been watching it lately, but
does it stand out too much?
Right now, no. But one of my favorites, Adrian Quest.
He's good. He's right.
I wish he goes. I haven't seen him for a while wrestle, but I wish he goes up there because
he's the ranks, right?
He's a good of a wrestler, dude. I even told them. I told his mom too that she was telling them, "Yeah, your son's really good at wrestling," and she got emotional by me telling her that.
Yeah, because you're a true wrestling fan.
Yeah, I even told Adrian Quest, "You're the best, dude." I just wish you go more open
That's
than
awesome,
you are.
He'll be seen pretty soon. That name is spreading.
He already wrestled Mexico and I think Japan and.
Yeah, he was in CML.
Yeah.
All right. Top 3 big men in professional wrestling. Your top 3 big men. Let's say like a King Kong Bundy, Bam Bam Bigelow. Big guys. You want to go first?
Andre the Giant.
Oh, definitely.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
And Bam Bigelow.
Awesome.
That's what I was gonna say, Bam Bam, but
what about you?
I'm not gonna say Andre, of course, but I'm not gonna say the same ones he said. So I'm gonna say Man, I gotta give Big John Studd his credit, dude. He got beat up by Andre.
Yeah.
He's from LA. Big John Studd.
Is he from LA?
He's from LA.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Big John Studd.
Oh yeah, he's from Hollywood.
Wow.
Big John Studd, one man gang, and man,
Kamala, dude.
Kamala.
Kamala was one that came to mind right away because he was very agile, dude. I don't know if you've seen some of the matches with him and Hogan where he would freaking leap over Hogan, dude. For his size, he was just very agile. Some of the matches between him and
390
Andre.
pounds.
Yeah.
Probably
Him and Andre in a steel cage back in the days.
And he pulled out a gun on Andre.
I heard that.
That was my first WWE show when I went to Hogan versus Kamala.
Wow.
The Sports Arena?
Yeah,
I seen that one at the Sports Arena.
Yeah.
I think I was probably at the same one he was at.
Wow.
That's when Adrian Adonis fought Roddy Piper.
You're right. You know what? That's funny. I was at the Andre fought Big John Studd there. He had the bag of 100. I remember Bobby Heenan had the bag.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
The same thing every show. I'm
Wow.
pretty sure they did the same thing the time before.
I don't know if you guys got Gary Capetti on that Facebook, but he shared a picture of Andre the Giant wrestling against some other guy, Leo Jonathan, who was also kind of like a giant guy. But Andre didn't have no shoes on in the ring, bro.
Yeah, this was prior to his first Japanese tour, huh?
Probably, brother.
Yeah.
It was looking like Kevin Von Erich, brother.
This was in France. I think you're talking about these. That was in England.
All right.
France,
All right. Who is your favorite heel of all time?
Ric Flair. That's what really made me like the more of the heels.
Oh.
Because Ric Flair was the best at the heel thing.
So is it safe to say you're more of an NWA fan than WWF, or?
Yeah, I was more of an NWA fan.
Awesome, brother.
Because I wasn't into the heels at all back when I was a kid. Until Ric Flair got to me, that's freaking the best.
When you see somebody with that Rolex, man, the rings and all that, man.
Roll, bro.
I used to have like a little. I cut out a picture of a magazine and put a picture of Ric Flair in the frame and put it right next to my bed.
Dude, that's better. There's the man, dude. Flair's my favorite of all time.
Oh my god!
Flair's my favorite of all time. What about you, brother? Who's your favorite heel?
It's been noted and quoted. It's Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper. Hopscotch.
the guy with the kilt.
What was the last great promo cut that stands out to you, man? In wrestling that you said, wait a minute, man. What the hell?
CM Punk.
What about you? Does any come to mind? Or the last one I saw was that Brody Lee one, dog collar match when he was gonna face
you're talking about
Cody Rhodes, man. That reminded me
like
of
the last promo or what promo I liked or
any
something?
promo that stood out to you, the last promo.
I think Jake the Snake Roberts did good promos on his when he was at the heel.
Because he didn't have to yell or anything. He just kind of
he just gotta be
and
still.
captivated.
I just like his cult. Trust me.
Yeah.
He's a snake.
Definitely, brother. Why do you think music and wrestling go together so well, man?
The audience, man. You gotta be a little bit off to like wrestling, and you gotta be a little off to like.
Pumps the adrenaline, huh? What do you think?
Same thing like audience, because back then it's like
goes together like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah,
man.
It does, man. That's how WrestleMania started.
Yeah.
When
Rocket wrestling, right?
Before they put all the Titantron and all that, LA Sports Arena would just use freaking like CD or something.
Their own show, their own music, dude. Like then the WWF started selling the WWF starts wrestling aggression CDs from like bands and artists. That he's talking about was before that.
Yeah. Man, it just
I wouldn't be surprised the guy that did
so it
all
goes
that.
Back to the roots, right? Like the original 80s, man. Rocket wrestling.
You guys know that Jimmy Hart made half of that music from WWE? Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's all his music. That's all Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart put a lot of shows. Then so when WCW had Conan was putting a show together. I know he knows about this. And the guy that did the booking and did everything, the arrangement was called Super Lucha or something like that.
Yeah.
You seen that they even put it out on DVD, but without no WWF put it out. WWE.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But it was Conan and what's the name we're talking about?
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart did all the music and all the booking.
Wow.
That was all him.
That's
but it never got the credit it should have got. The music that comes on there, that's all Jimmy Hart.
Wow.
Because before wrestling, he was into the music.
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
That's how I look at him. He has the
I'm
piano.
learning something. Oh, yeah. That's why he has all the music notes then on his jacket then.
And he's just like about 79. He's still
he's still going strong.
Still
Man.
going.
He's always at Hogan's Beat Shop, man. Like, huh? What's your favorite luchador of all time? Dude? I know you said. I think I know.
I'm gonna say Canek.
Canek?
El Santo.
Santos.
I think this one's more towards you, man. If you could make if you could make a theme song intro because you make music, who would it be for?
Man, I've been trying.
Maybe we could shout it out.
For the Undertaker.
Undertaker? All right.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Let me take that back. Andre the Giant. If I could go back and put it, I would want to give Andre a theme song. I got the perfect
What song would you think?
I just want to put like...
I think you know what it would be? It would be the Godzilla.
Isn't that the
Godzilla song.
Did B. John still use a song like that?
Oh, did it? Did it? I didn't know that.
Or was it? Oh, Earthquake, man. It was Earthquake. Earthquake used a song like that, man. Like his thing.
But it would be like more bass. Boom, boom, boom.
We're getting down to the last questions here, man. So it's you got to pick one. Gordon Soley or Jim Ross calling a match?
I'll put him on the spot. I'll let him go first on this one.
The great Gordon Soley.
That's really hard. I think I would have gone with Gordon Soley.
Gordon Soley.
Same here.
Gordon Soley. Madison Square Garden to see an event or the Olympic Auditorium, 18 and Grand?
I'll go to the Grand Olympic no matter what. Because it's no longer around.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I've been to both of them. They're awesome bike.
Yeah.
But I think the Grand Olympic with it because that's my home. It's Grand Olympic.
There you go, brother. Great. What about the Grand Olympic Auditorium or the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas?
Like it's
world class.
I've never been to Sportatorium. I would probably want to be there. But it depends who's wrestling.
You're a fan of world class, man? I don't know.
I would have wanted to be there.
Yeah.
I got the chance to ask Ultimate Warrior that question when we went to that signing in LA. Maybe that.
Gives the answer.
And he thought that I was gonna ask him something about the WWS, and I came up to him and I asked him, "How was it like wrestling at the Sportatorium?" He stopped it. He looked at me. He said, "Wow, brother, you're taking me way back. You're giving me the chills." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he said, like, man, those days were just like awesome. I guess he thought I was gonna talk about him and Hogan or something. Yeah, the Dingo. And he signed my shirt. I had a world class shirt there on, and he signed it, the Dingo Warrior, bro. I also had Flair sign that shirt, and yeah, man, that's awesome.
That's a good story.
Surfer Steam or Crow Steam?
Well, it depends. In the 80s, I'm gonna go Surfer Steam. Later on, I'm gonna tell you this. I thought Vampiro had that gimmick covered already before him.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go with Surfer Steam.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Same thing, Surfer Sting.
Surfer Sting.
That's all I know him as a Surfer Sting. I never.
The Crow I wasn't buying that really.
No?
WCW days were about to end.
NWO, Black and White, or the Wolfpack?
The original NWO.
We'll go original. Hogan. Hollywood Hogan.
Iron Sheik, the great Iron Sheik, doing that thing that he used to do with those dumbbells.
You know what? I know those were those. No, go ahead and ask the question. I got some about those.
Or Dino Bravo on the bench press.
Iron Sheik, all day Iron Sheik.
The bench press.
The bench press is one.
Did you guys see the episode of what was that show?
Bob
Backlund. Bob Backlund.
Yeah, Bob Backlund had him. Hey, Bob Backlund did this. I remember that freaking episode, dude.
Yeah.
I think he gave it to him, didn't he?
You know what? Give him a set, right? Give him a set.
He gave him 2 sets.
Oh, did he?
Well, no, actually, he gave him the 2 sets, but the one that he gave the WWF was the second set. The first set was the one he did on TV when he said, "You can't do these."
Yeah.
He actually,
Bavarian.
Yeah. Hey, he didn't even get a chance to practice. He just went out there and he did it. And I'm like, man, dude.
Hey, my nephew Danny has those, but only 5 pounds. Those things are hard, dude.
Wow.
The Iron Sheik was 75 pounds.
Where do you get those at, man?
You buy them online, Amazon.
Oh, can you? Yeah.
They don't look like the same one like that.
No.
They're black, you know.
Damn, dude, that's fucking awesome, man. Mil Máscaras or Rey Mysterio as being not the best masked man of
Mexico.
But the most popular. What do you guys think? Who wants to go first?
I'll let Israel on this one.
The most, not the mass, but the most popular. I would have gone for Mil Mascaras.
Yeah.
But with the mask, it would Rey Mysterio. I like Rey Mysterio because he has different masks too.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, Mascaras.
Mascaras, bro.
He did the movies. He did the fucking Japan thing.
He did a lot. He did a lot. And not only that, man. I think Ray kind of. He took off his mask and looked
That's what I'm saying,
dude. You know, like to this day, I still don't know how his Mascaras looks, brother.
Yeah.
He won't take off his mask.
He won't take off his mask.
Unless you're like Hardy Reyes, those guys, they seen him with other masks.
Yeah,
I don't think he took it off.
I heard a few people that they know him like there's Mascaras, like, but they're old school.
Oh yeah,
wow. Only few guys know who he is.
Well, you know his brother is
Dos
Caras, right? Dos Caras and Psychedelico.
Yeah.
And then the father of Alberto Del Rio
is
Dos Caras.
Yeah.
So he's like and he also did MMA too, right?
Hey, but Mil Mascara denies it to this day. That's his family member.
I mean, it's probably like one of those family members that nobody wants to.
Are they really related?
Yeah, they're related. That's a family tree right there.
There's a video out there with Mil Mascara without his mask.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Any last? Where can we find you guys at?
You can find me on Art Through the Windshield on Facebook, or you can find me on SoundCloud or Spotify, the Radiotron mixtapes.
All right. How about you, bro?
Always on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
All right. What's your name on the Instagram?
Izzy309 and Israel Delgado on Facebook. You can look for me, ask me all the questions you want.
This guy knows a lot about his wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. Check out these for the Duran Customz show. I want to give a shout out to Cobra_TV for doing the production and the editing on here. Thank you so much, Cobra_TV. Shout out to brother. Thank you so much. So, any last words?
Thank you for having me, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, guys, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Israel. Peace, love, and light, and we out of here. Peace.